The Turkish Get Up, or the Get Up, is a method of getting yourself and a weight off the floor in the most efficient manner. It's great for stabilizing your shoulder girdle, for your abdominal core. It's good for balance and control in your movements. It takes us through the basic movements that we learn as babies: rolling, pushing up into a supported position, sitting, kneeling, and then into standing and back again. When starting out, you need to know the basic movements. So what you're going to do is start lying on your side, and from this position you're going to roll onto your back, and you're going to take one side. Usually if you've rolled from your left side, you will have taken your kettlebell with you in that side. So that's the side that's then going to press to the ceiling. So press one arm to the ceiling. You're going to take the opposite arm and leg out about 45 degrees away from the body. Okay? Because you're going to see my left side more clearly, I'm going to demonstrate from this side. So let's assume that I've rolled from my right hand side, pressed the kettlebell with the right arm, my left leg, my left arm are going to come out to 45 degrees roughly away from my body. I want to pull my toes back towards my knee, pull the kneecap back up towards the hip, so I'm contracting through my quad. I want to engage my abdominal muscles, brace my abs, and probably get a little squeeze into my butt as well if possible. And I also want to anti-shrug my shoulders, pack my shoulders down. What I'm going to do is roll. I'm going to roll up into that position. So I'm turning this leg out, I'm pushing off the heel on the right hand side, I'm reaching, punching my right arm up towards the ceiling, and with my left arm I'm actually trying to almost pull my elbow towards my body. So from this nice shoulder packed, strong legs, strong ab position, we are rolling up into that position there. I'm going to place my hand on the deck and I'm going to push the floor away so that I'm now sitting in this propped up position. I'm looking at my hand all the time. I'm looking at where the weight is going to be. With my left hand, I then position it so that I'm comfortable and that I can, again, keep my shoulders packed, keep some length in my neck. I'm not letting my shoulders crunch up towards my ears. I'm lifting and opening across my chest, and I'm going to rotate my fingers back so they're pointing back behind me. Imagine I've got a bug under the heel of my hand. I'm going to squash the bug. Sorry to all the animal rights and vegans watchers. So from that nice strong position, I'm then going to sweep my left leg back underneath my body. And I'm going to lift up and place my knee and my left foot, my left knee and my left foot, almost in a line with my left hand, left knee, left foot. Ideally, I don't want to, as part of that movement, I don't want to have lifted my right heel off the deck. I want to keep my right foot planted strongly into the floor. So I'm sweeping, lifting up into that tripod or windmill position, and then from there I can hinge my hips back and push the hand further towards the ceiling in a full kneeling position, still looking at my hand. I need now to take my left shin bone and make it parallel with my right foot, or my right foot and make it parallel with my left shin bone. So I can do one of two things. I can either bring the foot around, which requires some balance, which I clearly suddenly don't have. So let's try that again. So bringing that around to that position there. So now my right foot and my left shin are parallel with one another, and I can just stand straight up in a lunge type of position from there. Or what I could do is I could windscreen wipe my shin around. It just requires a little bit of pressure on this knee. Depending on the surface that you're on, that can be quite harsh on your knee. Personally, I prefer this, but in either direction you've then got your foot and your shin parallel. You're in a lunge position and you can just drive straight up. My gaze, you can see, has gone forwards. So generally at this point, when I'm going to sweep my leg round one way or the other, my gaze is going to come down to the horizon, shoulders nice and packed, and I'm going to push directly off there. So that's me up. Coming down, I want to step this leg back and then gently place the knee back on the deck. I'm still looking straight ahead. I turn the foot again and then look up at my hand. I take my left hand, slide it down my knee, hinging my hips back, and then I can slide this hand out, and it wants to go about a forearm's length away from your knee. I'm going to squash the bug again, turn my fingers back behind me, make sure I'm nice and open through the chest, strong, stable position for my shoulders, and then I'm going to sweep the leg back through and sit down. Again, trying not to lift the heel on my right leg. I can then reposition. I want to unsquash the bug so that it's easier for me then to bend my elbow down onto the elbow and rolling back onto my back, where I can bring the weight back down, roll onto my side and place it back on the floor. So those are the basic movements. Once you've got the hang of those, get a shoe and place it on your fist. Balance it just on your fist, like so. Imagine you've picked up your weight. You've picked up your weight. You've pressed your weight to the ceiling, packing the shoulders. Out goes the leg, out goes the arm. Nice strong legs, strong abs. Remember, we're going to roll. Keeping stability through the shoulder. You'll know that you're stable through the shoulder because the shoe will remain where it is. Place the hand. Push up to that supported sitting position. Draw the hand in towards you if you need to. Replace the right foot to where you want it to be. Squash the bug with your left hand. Nice open chest position. Sweep the leg into that tripod or windmill position. Still looking at my hand. Unhinge the hip. Make your foot and your shin parallel. Drop your gaze to the horizon. Drive out of that lunge position. Nice, strong stand. Send the left leg back, gently back onto your knee. Still looking at the horizon. Replace the foot, look at the hand. Left hand on the thigh, hinge the hips back. Hand on the floor, sweeps out in front of the knee, about a forearm's length. Squash the bug, keep the shoulder girdle nice and stable. Sit back down, unsquash the bug onto your elbow, roll back down onto your back, unpress the loaded arm, and the shoe has remained balanced all the way through. If you'd like to make that lots of fun, get a little paper cup of water, half fill it with water, balance that on your fist. It adds a little frisson of excitement. Once you're ready to get on to using weight, your kettlebell starts alongside you. Hook your hand to the bottom edge of the handle and let it come as far through the handle as you can before you grip. And that's the position in which the hand will remain. When you come into your press position, that fist should still be capable of balancing a shoe on top. Don't let the wrist break back like so. In that position. It's what they call arm wrestling the kettlebell. So it's a very, very strong grip position. But the same rules apply. You are simply going to roll. That wasn't tremendous. You're going to push off the floor. Squash the bug. Sweep the leg. Unhinge the hip. Bring the foot around into a lunge position. Stand, nice strong lunge. Gently back down into that kneeling position. Bring the leg around. Hinge the hip. Send the hand out. Squash the bug. Unsweep the leg. Unsquash the bug. Down onto the elbow. Onto your back. Unpress the bell. Roll onto your side, put it on the floor. The Turkish Get Up.